Are y'all tired of being afraid? Are you afraid of your own darkness, your own shadow? Well, I've got a story for you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kelsey, and welcome if you're new. I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about a story that happened to me like during a meditation. So, this occurred actually at the very beginning of my recovery journey, and about midway through my spiritual awakening, or at least the last one. I had just recently gotten sober from marijuana use from almost 17 years, I think, of smoking, um, and had felt the calling for about two and a half years, but hadn't really like latched on to getting sober. Um, then I finally decided it was time, set it aside. I can tell you guys about that story a little later in another video. Um, but yeah, so I had gotten really deep into a meditation practice because it was helping me stay connected to why I was staying sober. So I decided, so I went ahead and got into my meditative practice, closed my eyes, took my couple deep breaths. It was actually a guided meditation that I was doing. And during this meditation, I was called to actually stop the guided meditation and go inward because at this time we were being guided on this beach, and we were going to put away all the things that didn't need to be dealt with right now, or all the things that were like affecting us, and we're going to transmute them and yada yada. But I was feeling really called to just stop the video. So I stopped the video and just continued going inward. And this is probably one of the scariest, but also the most profound moments that I have ever experienced during a meditation. So I was on this beach, and all of a sudden, what came to me, it was like coming at me like really fast, was, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Ring, but it looked like that the girl Samara, I think is her name, or something like that. And her like climbing out of the well, and her hair's all in her face, and she's kind of like demonic looking and distorted. Well, it was like a combination of that and like the creepy demon faces from The Devil's Advocate. And it's just like coming at me. And yes, I felt a lot of fear, but at the same time, I knew that like there was nothing to be afraid of because I was 100% safe. So I decided like in that moment to, instead of running like I always would have in my past, because I had had many times growing up where this had affected me. And I would see these sort of things. And so this time I decided to look at her. I looked right at her and I said, hi. And she didn't say anything or anything. But when I looked at her, I was just like, wow, you like really need love. I didn't know why I felt compelled, but in that moment, I felt compelled to show her love. And so rather than like running away, I walked up to her and I embraced her and was like, I love you. It's okay. And I loved her, and I closed my eyes in that moment and I hugged her tight, and I just fully allowed myself to send love to this being. And within seconds, the demon, the darkness, literally dissolved. It was like unzipping a human suit to, like, and the demon like fell away, and the little like demon skin, like started to float out to sea. And as it floated out to sea, it exploded into stardust and glitter and sprinkled down. And when I looked down at what was once a demon, it was me. It was me as a little girl, the little girl that I had neglected for most of my entire life. And in that moment, I immediately began to sob. I embraced this little girl, me, and knew in that moment from going forward that there was never any reason to be afraid of the scary stuff. The scary stuff is just all part of the one. There is, yes, light and dark and light and shadow, or however you want to describe it, but it is still all part of the one. And we as individuals, oh, sorry, I just knocked the mic. And we as individuals have the power to choose how we write our story. And in that moment, I realized like I have the power to confront my shadows, to look them in the eyes, to show them love and embrace them and put them back in my being. Because the more we isolate parts of ourselves and push them away, the more they start pounding on the door, the more they want your attention. And the more you run away and close and bolt that door, the more you're ignoring it and allowing those parts of yourself to subconsciously dictate your reality rather than saying, hey, what is it you need? What is it that you have been needing to tell me that I have been ignoring? Because that is the key to unlocking your superpower. In those moments, you begin to have the ability to claim back all of these parts of yourself that you have neglected, that you have been afraid of. And when you start to reincorporate them, you begin to become truly powerful and unlock parts of yourself that you didn't know existed. And so, in summation, the real thing that I really wanted to land on today with you guys is to recognize that there's no reason to fear the scary stuff. Yeah, it can be scary. And 100% your fear is valid because it can look terrifying. Trust me, that was terrifying. But we have the power to transmute that fear by looking it in the face and saying, what is it you're trying to tell me? And then it can dissolve away. When you no longer allow your fears to control your life, that is when you can step into the true power of love. And that is our mission. In my opinion, it is all of our missions. It is why we incarnated as human beings on this planet at this time. It is to learn unconditional love. That means loving all the darkest parts of ourselves and embracing them and recognizing them so that we can love them and allow them to have a voice without controlling us. And if I can leave you with one piece of wisdom, it is that the more you lean into the things that you're afraid of, and the more you confront them, the more you free yourself from the prison of your own mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little story time. I'd love to hear what you guys have overcome, what fears you have embraced, what fears you have stared in the face, what parts of yourself did you not realize were isolated and were pounding on your door. And then when you looked them in the face, you had a revelation and you learned something new about yourself. So tell me in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this video, if it resonated, if you feel called, I would love for you guys to hit that thumbs up button, give me a like, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out and help my community out and growing so that I can spread my message of helping you guys unlock your true superpowers. With peace and love. Till next time. Bye, guys.